A pleasant good afternoon to you all as we get set for Guardians vs. the Dreamers. My name is Anthony462 doing the commentary for today's match as we have the two teams kind of at the bottom of the standings in this group stage facing off against each other. Guardians sitting in 8th place at 1-8-1 with 4 points. The Dreamers on the other hand in 7th. As we look at the roster for Guardians now, Adekvat leading Guardians, Hamas, and Toddy as co-leaders, followed by Champ, Christie, Pace, Rank, Substitute, Storm, and Yura. And on the other end, we have, for Dreamers, Satnik Avanya leading the team, Dalians, Viver, King of CTF, Maga, Misha, Princess D, PSIX, Suplex, and Shah. Those are your rosters for today, and like I was saying, the Dreamers coming into today's match, 7th place, 0-6-4, as we are now underway. They also have 4 points, so this will be a battle today for 7th place. Maybe one team could make their way up to 6th if they win both matches today. And immediately on the attack is Guardians. They send 2 players in. One is destroyed over on that far side, and now Viver is destroyed. He was the other player down there. Satnik Avanya making his way down now for Guardians. Maga back in defense for Guardians as well. Now moving in again is Satnik Avanya. He is double teamed. We'll see how far he can get. He will be destroyed there though. Viver moving in as well with Maga, but Maga was destroyed. The Dreamers sitting back playing defense early here. Moving in now on the attack is Rank for the Dreamers. He loses a flag, though, before being able to move, and it was returned, but then taken and lost again by Toddy, I believe that was. The audio sounds a little different today. I'm recording this on my phone instead of through Audition. I noticed with Audition, some of the commentary was running a little bit ahead. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure if it was a program thing or what was going on there, but I've switched it up a little bit. I'm using just a recording app on my phone, so the audio may sound a little different today. There was also a little bit of feedback last time, as both teams playing strong defense early here. And like I said, this is a battle between the two teams that are at the bottom of the table in this group stage. Neither of them, I think both of them are officially eliminated from this point of moving on, so both are just looking to better their position in the standings, not finish last place in this group stage. Does take a lot to get here, though. You have to get through a lot of other teams just through the qualifiers to get to this point. So neither of these teams, I would say, have performed poorly in this season for it. Just by getting here, they have shown themselves, proven themselves to definitely be a force to be reckoned with. We'll see if anything changes for next season, but as of right now, both teams sitting with 4 points. The Dreamers could get their first win of the season today against a team like Guardians. Suplex sitting back in defense there. A couple of players respawning for the Dreamers, and on that far side, there is a Dreamers player moving in there. That is Shaw. He might be able to take the flag. He will take the flag on full health. And we are going to be on light mode for the last 2 rounds today. Any turret allowed for the first 2 rounds, for the first match. Suplex and Satnik Avanya back there, as well as Shaw, who respawned after getting in on the attack on the other end. Princess D guarding the flag heavily there for Dreamers. Using a power-up there was Toddy, but he is destroyed. Good defense so far from both teams, preventing either team from taking the flag. Satnik Avanya moves in, but he is double-teamed again and destroyed. Combination of Yura and Adekvat, I believe. Oh, no, Adekvat was on this end. I apologize. Adekvat went in for the flag, but it was returned. Meanwhile, Substitute takes the flag for Guardians and moves out. And he's got all 3 power-ups. We'll see how far he can go. Not heavily reinforced, but we'll see if... I think that Shaw over there can take the flag, and he does, but he loses the flag as he was destroyed, and it is returned by the Dreamers. Now moving in on the attack is Viver, but he is double-teamed and will be destroyed again. Rank and Substitute there back in defense. Shaw moves in now for the Dreamers. Meanwhile, there's Storm trying to take the flag for Guardians. But he was destroyed, and tight defense right now for the Dreamers as now they move out on the attack. Princess D leading the way. Shaw and Maga behind. Maga will be the first one in now with all 3 power-ups, but will not be able to take that flag as they were destroyed by Rank. Toddy battling there with Shaw. And Storm is there as well for Guardians. Storm trying to move in. Storm might have a chance to take this flag with all 3 power-ups, and he does. And will move out. Not heavily reinforced, but with all 3 power-ups, and I don't believe he has used a repair yet. Meanwhile, Sotnik Avanya has taken the flag for the Dreamers, but loses that flag. However, Viver is there, but it was still returned, and Storm was able to capture the flag for Guardians. So a 1-0 lead for Guardians here in round 1. Guardians currently sitting in last place. I think the objective for both teams today is just not to be in last after today is finished. And for the Dreamers, it's just to get their first win of the season in either this first match or the second match in rounds 3 and 4. The Guardians, meanwhile, just looking to bump themselves up. They currently sit in 8th place, although they are tied with the Dreamers in points. So any type of a draw today, where both teams take 3 points, both teams take 2 points, I guess, if they draw both matches, would leave both teams where they are in the standings right now. Meanwhile, Toddy was destroyed there as he tried to get in on the attack. On this other end, Maga will try to make his way in, but is double-teamed, triple-teamed almost, and destroyed. Less than 3 minutes to go here in this first round. The Guardians lead 1-0 over the Dreamers. Adekvat moving in now for Guardians, the leader of the team. He will take the flag. He has all 3 power-ups, now loses a shield. And he is destroyed. But Storm is there to take the flag, but he quickly loses it, and that flag is returned by Princess D. So moving in there was Rank as well to try to take that flag, but could not get there in time as the flag was returned. On the other end, the Dreamers push forward on the attack. There are 3 or 4 players moving in. Suplex on this close side has the easiest path to the flag and probably the most viability, high on health, and all 3 power-ups. And Suplex will take the flag and move out now. Meanwhile, he will actually lose that flag there, and it is returned. Rank moves in, meanwhile, for Guardians, but he will be destroyed there. Very good defense from both teams so far. Viver and Sotnik Avanya moving in now. Rank battling there with Sotnik Avanya. And taking that flag is Maga there. He loses it, though, and it will be returned by Rank. Less than 1:30 remaining. The Dreamers looking to pick up a point, or sorry, Guardians looking to pick up a point here. If they can hang on for the rest of this round, they will gain their 5th point of the season, at least. Pending what would happen in the second round. Maybe one last chance for an attack from the Dreamers. Sotnik Avanya moves around now, but he is destroyed by Yura. The flag taken by Maga, but he is triple teamed and loses that flag. Rank will be able to return it. Dreamers maybe have time for one last push, but they have to get this flag in the next 10 seconds. There's no one that's actually near that flag. Princess D is closest to it. We have about 30 seconds, now exactly 30 seconds remaining. Sotnik Avanya takes the flag. He has to have speed boost, but he is being blocked off there. And that flag, he lost that flag and it was returned. Substitute there was able to block Sotnik Avanya from moving out. Toddy, meanwhile, takes a flag for Guardians on the other side, but loses it. He wouldn't have had enough time to capture anyway, but that would not have mattered. This first round comes to a close, and Guardians picks up a point, winning this first round 1-0. Great first round there by Guardians. Definitely played great defense, preventing the Dreamers from taking a flag. And now for the Dreamers, they will still remain winless through this first round, or through this first match. No really notable players so far yet, I guess, for both teams. I mean, with only the one capture. I guess you could say the defenses have both been good. I definitely remember saying Maga's name a few times on the attack for the Dreamers, but was unable to get a capture, as well as Sotnik Avanya. And again, I apologize if I'm mispronouncing these names, but anyways, here we are with round 2 now. Dreamers hoping to preserve a point. Guardians hoping to get 3. If they can draw or win this round, they will earn all 3 points for this match. That will also be their second win of the year if they were to hang on and win or draw this round and win this match in doing so. As Maga had the flag but lost it, and it was returned by substitute. Rank takes a flag on the other end, but he had lost that as well, and Shaw returned that flag for the Dreamers. Not seeing any substitutes yet for either team. Speaking of substitutes, there is substitute moving in, but he was destroyed. He was the closest one to the flag for Guardians there, but could not get very far. Adikvat now battling on a 2-on-1, uses a repair, but he is destroyed, and Suplex moves in now as well as Shaw. Shaw on that upper ground trying to find the path to the flag, and now an attack for the Dreamers as all players moving in. King of CTF, I believe he is new to the match, moves in for the Dreamers. He has probably the most direct path to the flag, but he was destroyed there. Sotnik Avanya moving in, but he could not get there either. Guardians sitting back and playing defense, not being too aggressive to start this second round, as they currently have the upper hand in this match, winning that first round. Sitting in the driver's seat here. Meanwhile, on the other end, Storm now gets in on the attack for Guardians. He is the lone attacker there and lost that flag after holding it for a brief second. And that flag will remain there as King of CTF also briefly had the flag for the Dreamers, and it was returned there. Substitute and Rank moving in. Fighting with a couple of Dreamers players. Shaw moves in to fight as well. Now the Dreamers launch an attack. On this near side suplex behind the building with all 3 power-ups. Shaw moving in as well with all 3 power-ups. Shaw uses a repair. Shaw was stuck there as Suplex was still continuing to fight. And nothing going there for the Dreamers. Maga now moves in, as well as Sotnik Avanya and Princess D, and Sotnik Avanya will take this flag with all 3 power-ups, loses it though, but Princess D was there to take it, also loses it however. It remains unreturned, and now will be returned by substitute, as Shaw is the lone attacker there for Dreamers behind that building, but he was destroyed. No attack yet for Guardians, but now Rank moving up, as well as Substitute in the middle of the map. Substitute with all 3 power-ups. Battling there with Princess D as Princess D moves in. Substitute now getting lower on health. And now moving in on the attack. There are 2 players on that far side for Guardians. Storm is one of them. The other one is Toddy, who is destroyed before being able to take that flag. The attack for Guardians neutralized. Shaw takes the flag briefly for Dreamers on the other end, but it was returned. Suplex with all 3 power-ups, but low on health and seemingly double-teamed. Although Sotnik Ivania is joining the attack, joining the pressure there. Yura now battling with Sotnik Ivania. Meanwhile, the flag taken on that other end by King of CTF, and he is on low health, but moves in, and he is destroyed. But Shaw is there, who takes the flag and captures it, and so Dreamers pull even here. 1-0 Dreamers about halfway through the second round, trying to preserve a point after dropping the first round. Rank trying to get in on the attack for Guardians. Maga there, though, to neutralize that attack. Meanwhile, Storm moves in. I don't know if any of the Dreamers players knew that Storm was moving in there, but he will be able to take this flag with all 3 power-ups. No reinforcements, though, so we'll see if he can be trapped here, and he will be trapped as Maga moved in quickly, and King of CTF was there as well to return that flag. And now Rank moving in with all 3 power-ups. But again, no reinforcement for Guardians. And Rank will be destroyed, and that flag will be returned by King of CTF. 1-0 here. We're a little over halfway through the second round. Taking the flag there was Maga. Maga will move out, but he loses the flag. Shaw takes it briefly, but King of CTF takes it after, and they've all briefly had that flag before being destroyed, and now the flag returned by Substitute as Guardians look to get on the attack here. All they need to do is capture 1 flag to gain 3 points as of right now. That would tie the round and give them the victory in this first match. They have to capture that flag, though, and the defense has been good all day for both teams. Rank has the flag, but he was at least triple teamed there. Toddy has the flag now and moves out. He is on low health. We'll see how far he can get, but he is heavily into Guardians territory now as Storm takes the flag, and with all 3 power-ups and using the repair is able to capture. We are tied at 1 now as Maga takes the flag but loses it quickly, and it was returned by Storm. 1-1 game right now in this second round. This would give Guardians their second win of the season if they were to hold on, if this score were to hold. Although Shaw is moving in on the attack with all 3 power-ups, and he is backed up by Suplex. But Shaw on low health is destroyed, and Suplex moving in alone. There was another Dreamers player there that was on low health and ultimately destroyed. And the attack neutralized for the Dreamers there. Although Sotnik Ivania is in, but he is also triple teamed. Two minutes and 32 seconds remaining in the second round. We are tied at 1. Maga takes the flag here for the Dreamers. But again, triple teamed by Guardians. Shaw, I believe, takes that flag briefly, but loses it. And now the Dreamers try to get in on the attack. Try to preserve a point out of this first match. Storm drops that flag off, and It was returned there. And the flag captured by Guardians to give them a 2-1 lead. It was Toddy that was able to capture that flag, as there was an attack there from Dreamers late, but could not prevent Guardians from capturing. And now the Dreamers are in dire need of not just one, but 2 captures. With less than a minute and 30 seconds remaining, we will see if they can get a capture. Or 2 they will need, but just 1 to tie this round would give them a little bit of momentum going into the second match of today between these two teams. King of CTF takes a flag for the Dreamers. He's backed up on low health by Maga. Maga destroyed as well. Flag taken now by Sotnik Avanya, but also he lost the flag and it was returned by Rank. So this will give Guardians their second win of the season. They will... Storm takes the flag now for Guardians. We'll see if he can get one more capture for Guardians to cement this win, but he cannot move out quickly enough, and that flag was lost and returned. And with 20 seconds to go now, Guardians will hold on to win this second round by a score of 2-1. And they will get their second win of the season. A commanding 2-0 win for Guardians here. As there you have it, your final score in this second round, 2-1. I wouldn't say a very good match from either of these teams so far, but Guardians have definitely had the upper hand. They've been able to capture just enough to get the victory in the last 2 rounds, even though they've only been 1 flag victories. It's just been enough for them to win these rounds, and that's all you really have to do. That's all you have to hope for, is just to win those rounds. In their last match, Guardians drew 1-1 and lost 2-0 against Step Brothers. Step Brothers is, of course, a playoff team, so anytime you can draw against a playoff team, especially if you're in the lower half of the table, obviously something to be proud of. While the Dreamers lost both of their last matches to Penguins 1-0, as we are now underway from the third round. Guardians versus the Dreamers, match 2. First round of this second match. Rank and Substitute moving in on the attack early for Guardians, trying to capitalize on this momentum. We are actually, I believe we might still be in heavy turret mode. I might be wrong about that, but it looks like we are. We are on a different map, however. King of CTF returns the flag there for the Dreamers to neutralize the Guardians' attack. Substitute moving in now for Guardians, but Shaw is there, and moving back is Princess D as well, and they are able to neutralize that attack. And I think the goal for Dreamers here has to be, we have to win this round, get some momentum back. If we can pick up a point today. King of CTF now moving out with all 3 power-ups and overdrive capabilities. And King of CTF close to capturing, and now does capture to give Dreamers an early 1-0 lead, but immediately after that, flag taken by Christie, who checks into the game for Guardians. Meanwhile, PSI, who checked into the game for the Dreamers, took that flag but lost it. Both of those flags lost right now. And Princess D returns a flag for the Dreamers. However, King of CTF takes the flag again for the Dreamers. Rank takes the flag for Guardians and tries to move out. He is low on health, but reinforcements there from Christie. Christie loses the flag, and it will be returned, and the flag captured by Dreamers. So a 2-0 lead here for Dreamers to open this second match of the day. King of CTF on the capture there. And Guardians, who dominated that first match, now trail 2-0 here in the second match. And every round is critical. If you can win one round, you can gain a point in the standings. And Guardians picked up 3 with that win, and I believe that will also put them ahead of Critical and into 6th place in the standings, at least for the time being. We'll see what happens in the rest of this match. And I believe Critical played yesterday against Team Pointers. I might be wrong about that, but I think no matter what happens here, Guardians will be able to move ahead in the standings of Critical. Substitute had taken that flag and lost it, and Sotnik Avani returned it there for the Dreamers. And now moving in on the attack is Rank, who takes the flag. But he is battling there with Shaw. He wins that battle and moves out. Meanwhile, King of CTF takes the flag for the Dreamers. Rank is being shot down, though, on that far side by Sotnik Avanya, and that flag was lost by Rank. We'll see if they can get a return. It looks like Yura as well as Christie have the upper hand there, and they will be able to take that flag. Christie takes it first, and now Rank takes it. Rank battling there with Princess D, who returns that flag after winning that battle, and King of CTF gets another capture in this round to make it 3-0. The Dreamers lead in this second match, first round. Adikvat takes the flag now for Guardians. All 3 power-ups, but he is neutralized with Overdrive there from Princess D, who destroys him, but he is battling, or Princess D battling with Rank there, and Princess D able to return that flag as Rank had to self-destruct. Now moving in on the attack for the Dreamers. You've got 3 players on that far side. Shaw, King of CTF again, and King of CTF will take this flag. Yura is trying to shoot him down. Adikvat trying to shoot him down. I don't know if King of CTF has used a repair yet. Sotnik Avanya returns the flag there. It was briefly taken by Guardians, and King of CTF with another capture. The Dreamers with a commanding 4-0 lead in this third round with 4 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. It's been all Dreamers here in this second of 2 matches. Shaw battling there with Rank. King of CTF joins the fray, and now Shaw will turn his attention to Christie, I believe that was, and got the better of him in that in that match. Now the Dreamers sitting back, playing a little bit of defense. King of CTF again on the attack for the Dreamers. Substitute had taken that flag briefly for Guardians, but lost it, and it was returned. And now Sotnik Avanya moves in on the attack. He had all 3 power-ups, still has all 3 power-ups. He might have flipped there. He didn't actually, but he is now low on health and was destroyed, as now Guardians moves in on the attack. Substitute will be able to take this flag with the Wasp hull. Quickly moving out, also with the speed boost, but he is destroyed before being able to get, or actually no, he was able to get off that platform, but made it easier for Princess D to return that flag as Princess D was attacking from that low area. Waiting to see if Guardians will get on the attack again. Rank moves in now. Rank destroyed, though, by Shaw. Substitute shot down there as he was trying to move into the zone, and the Guardians' attack has just been completely neutralized here in this third round. The Dreamers have really gotten their offense going in this. It's been a little bit of a different format now. Overdrive has been allowed in this second match, and that has really benefited the Dreamers. Plus, a different map may have also contributed to the Dreamers, as Substitute now takes his flag for Guardians. No one back on defense, but a respawn there from PSI, and Shaw was able to destroy Substitute, and PSI is just going to sit there for the time being, and now moves up. Did not return that flag, though, I guess to make it a little bit harder, but it appears to be a little bit closer to that Guardians respawning zone, so that could prove to be beneficial for Guardians, although it is in a corner, so I guess we'll see. And now Sotnik Vanya will return that flag. King of CTF takes a flag again for the Dreamers with 1 minute and 8 seconds remaining. With this round pretty much decided, just looking for another capture to sustain the momentum that they have built in this third round. King of CTF continues to move in. He is heavily backed up now and will get his third capture of the round. It is 5-0 Dreamers, as they will surely pick up a point here. Dreamers, who came into today 0-6-4, now sitting at 0-7-4 after that opening loss, have not won in the group stage so far, but they will have a chance to win in round 4 with a commanding lead after a battle in which they had all the momentum, everything going for them, as Euro will take this flag, but he will not have enough time, even with no traffic, to return this or to capture this for Guardians. That third round ends, and Guardians has lost their first round of the day. The Dreamers win their first round of the day. The Dreamers, as I was saying in their last match, they lost both rounds to Penguins. 1-0 and 1-0. They lost the first round and the third round of that, I believe. Or it might have been the second round and the third round. But they lost both matches, as we are now underway from this fourth round. The Dreamers lead in this match 1-0. The Guardians took the opening match, winning both of those rounds in the first match. Now Dreamers in complete control, but quickly on the attacker. Guardians' rank was destroyed, and Christie now double teamed by Shaw and another player there, Princess D, for Dreamers. It was great on defense in that last round. Shaw fighting there with Storm, as well as King of CTF, who would respawn there. King of CTF also playing a critical role for Dreamers in that third round. Rank had briefly taken that flag, but it was returned by PSI. I don't see any changes for this round from last round. There were a few changes. There was one change for both teams in that last round. I believe it was PSI came in for the Dreamers and Christie came in for Guardians. Those were the substitutions in that last round. As now PSI will take the flag for Dreamers with all 3 power-ups. uses a repair, I believe, and he is reinforced but on low health. And King of CTF will take that flag. He is the only person in the area, though, for the Dreamers. But now a player respawns. That is PSI for Dreamers. And what a critical place to respawn. King of CTF will keep the flag, though, as he used a repair, I believe, and he will capture this flag. And so Dreamers again take a 1-0 lead. And that is a critical capture now for Dreamers, because Guardians have to win this round in order to preserve a point. So they will need at least 2 captures at this point in order to preserve a point. They cannot get 3, because if you lose the opening round of either match, you will not be able to win that match. As there was a player there, that was Rank, who had that flag, but he had to self-destruct, and Storm had it for a brief second. Rank had to self-destruct because he had flipped. Odikvat moving in as well, but the flag taken on the other end by King of CTF. PSI backing him up took the flag but lost it, and Yura there to return it. Six minutes, 50 seconds to go here in the 4th round. Dreamers leading the second match 1-0. Storm with Christie moving in. Storm takes the flag, but he was on low health. As soon as he took that flag, one shot would have destroyed him. And the Dreamers will not return this flag to make the Guardians go the extra mile in order to take the flag again. Christie battling there with Sotnik Ivania. But Sotnik Ivania was destroyed. Storm moving in again for Guardians. Storm takes his flag as it returned automatically, and he was moving toward the flag, but then realized he had to get it from the base as it was returned as he was moving towards that flag. Odikvat had the flag but was destroyed, and now the flag is returned by Sotnik Ivania. Yura moving in, but he is destroyed now. An attack from Guardians again. Christie destroyed. And great defense here from the Dreamers, preventing Guardians from even so much as taking the flag. They have a 2-0 lead in this round. I must have missed the other capture. Christie takes the flag now for Guardians and moves out. They will need 3 captures in order to preserve a point. Rank has the flag for Guardians. King of CTF had meanwhile taken the flag for the Dreamers. And so Rank will retreat behind the wall over there. King of CTF, meanwhile, drops the flag off. Princess D has the flag now for Dreamers and hides behind that wall. So we have a stalemate here. Both teams looking to return the other teams, or to return their own flag. Princess D moving over now, as Odikvat lost that flag in a battle with Shaw, and Shaw, it was a return that flag, and now Princess D able to capture again for the Dreamers as they take a commanding 3-0 lead in this 4th and final round. And it looks like they are on the way to their first victory of the season. Guardians not even in on the attack right now. Odikvat with all 3 power-ups fighting with King of CTF and wins that battle. Storm, meanwhile, trying to take that flag, but he was destroyed there by Shaw. And just great defense from the Dreamers in these last two rounds. Dreamers have not captured, or excuse me, Guardians have not captured a flag, as Rank was shot there and flipped at least twice. And now 3 players respawning for Guardians as PSI moved in and took that flag, but he will be double teamed, but he still moves out as one of those players for Guardians was destroyed. And King of CTF has the flag now and uses a repair. He has full health and now has reinforcement from Shaw, who will actually go and fight with Storm. And there is still reinforcement for Dreamers. King of CTF drops a flag off for PSI again, who had originally taken that flag. PSI battling there with Rank. Rank might be able to get a return, and he does. A late return. And now the flag taken briefly by Christie, but he lost it. Flag will sit deep in Dreamers territory, and Satnik Avanya returns it. Adikvat takes the flag for Guardians. Meanwhile, King of CTF takes the flag for Dreamers. Adikvat loses the flag, and Storm able to return the flag for Guardians. The other flag with Rank now on low health, but Rank, oh, he loses the flag just before being able to capture. Adikvat has it though, and he is able to capture the flag. So Guardians finally get on the board in this round, but it might be too little too late as they trail 3-1 in this 4th round. King of CTF with 1:30 remaining now has the flag for the Dreamers, and this would certainly be a dagger. Yura had the flag, but Yura actually lost the flag for Guardians. Both teams now with the flag. Princess D has it for the Dreamers. Meanwhile, on the other end, Satnik Avanya has the flag. Excuse me, Satnik Avanya had the... Princess D dropped that flag off for Satnik Avanya. On this end, for Guardians, Yura has the flag. But with less than a minute to go, it will not have any difference over the outcome of the second match. .40 seconds to go now. Both teams still have the flag. Doesn't look like we will get another capture. Yura actually is destroyed there, and that flag is returned. We'll see if Satnik Avanya can get a capture here. Another one for Dreamers. He has shield and full health and will be able to get a 4th capture. Either way, a great match today. The second match, Dreamers able to bounce back and win and get their first win of the season. And so both teams with a victory today pick up 3 points. Certainly both teams a little disappointed that they didn't get at least 4. But a win nonetheless, as the Dreamers have picked up their first win of the season, and that has to be a bit of a relief for them. They are 1-7-4 now, sitting at 7 points. Meanwhile, Guardians at 2-9-1. They are below the Dreamers in the standings with also 7 points, so there must be some sort of tiebreaker there. Critical is the other team. Critical actually has... I don't believe Critical has played in this fixture yet. Or at least it has not... or Critical is playing later today. So Critical is playing against Step Brothers later today, and that will determine if they can leapfrog these teams again. But as of right now, the Dreamers now sit in 6th, and Guardians sit in 7th. And so Guardians picking up their second win of the season, and the Dreamers their first. Both teams have to be content with getting a win today. So, from myself, Anthony462, I thank you for watching today's broadcast between Guardians and the Dreamers. Guardians take the first match, but the Dreamers get their first win of the season in the second match. And your final score, all in all, 2-2. Both teams winning 2 rounds today. Thank you guys very much for watching. This has been a presentation of TankiSport Season 4. Have a good night, everybody.